Hello everybody, welcome to Let Me Bore You to Sleep. My name is Jason Newland. Please only listen when you can safely close your eyes. I'm not sure how good the quality of light is, but I figured the duller it is, the less light, the better I look. So hey, that's how I feel. Please only listen when you can safely close your eyes if I haven't already said it, because I never remember if I've said it or not, because it's one of those automatic things after 18 and a half years of doing this, or doing videos. I've got Vinny under the desk playing with a bone, or chewing on a bone. I'm a little bit sweaty, so please excuse the attire. But you're not wearing a tire. Yeah, I know. So a drink of water. So yeah, I'm videoing this. Weird noise just came there. This is what I'm going to be doing from now, basically, in the future. The plan is to make videos, continue with the podcasts. Of course, podcasts is that's where you can hear the same recording as this, but with background music. You've got 5 hours long and 10 hours long. The longer ones, as well as having background music, they have like counting down, body scans, positive suggestions, things like that. So, you know, if you can listen to me all night long, all night, yeah, if you want. That is available on Let Me Bore You to Sleep. Just search any podcast host. Let Me Bore You to Sleep. Jason Newland. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, all the others. Everywhere that there are, it's there. Or if you can't find it from Let Me Bore You to Sleep, you can just search Jason Newland and you'll find me. For those on YouTube, or for those visiting YouTube, I look a little bit lopsided here. For those on my YouTube channel, please forgive the huge amount of releases that I've done today. I've released a lot of videos today. I had them all scheduled to be released over the next few months. But I noticed that the stats were going down every day, because I was releasing those ones, and the only videos that really get any kind of interest on YouTube is the ones that have got my funny face on for some reason. So the static ones where it's just the audio, the podcast, they're just, people don't seem to want to listen to those. So that's why I'm doing a video. So I've literally just finished creating playlists for all the different types of podcasts I've done. It's all mainly relaxation and sleep. So I've got the main ones are Relax and Sleep Hypnosis Daily. There's a couple of hundred there. There's, God, it's noisy today. There's the Deep Sleep Whisper, or ASMR Deep Sleep Whisper Hypnosis. There's a few hundred in that one. There's the Relaxation Hypnosis for Stress, Anxiety and Panic Attacks. There's over 200 in there as well. And there's the Stress and Pain Relief one. So that's 47. I'm not sure how loud that drill is. I'm not sure if that's going to be very conducive to sleep, but I'm going to poddle along and see if I can continue even with the sound. Sometimes the sound in the background is not so obvious in the podcast, or like with the microphone and stuff. Now someone's banging. Isn't it weird how Vinny's not making a sound? Not completely nothing. There's drilling, there's someone knocking, sounds like someone knocking on the door, but it's not. It's a hammer or something. Nothing, no sound. But guarantee you, if a caterpillar in the garden farts, he'll be like, rah, 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 really loses stuff. So I'm going to continue this. If it is a bit too noisy, then I will let you know. I'll just put it as a title. This is too noisy to go to sleep to. This may be too noisy to go to sleep to. But it's not normally this amount of noise either, really. But I wanted to just do this update for you, for anyone that listens to my podcasts, or and I've got like different audiences. I've got an audience that listens to my podcasts. I've got an audience on YouTube. I know there's people on both that listen and watch the videos. But because I know it's only 1,300 or whatever subscribers on YouTube, I still don't want to disrespect you by not explaining what I've done, the reason why I've uploaded so many videos. So, and for those listening on the podcast, itchy shoulder. For those listening on the podcast only, then it's also to let you know, just in case, because you might be on YouTube, you might be a subscriber, but if you're not, then just letting you know what I've been up to, really, to be honest. It's been a hot day, another warm day. Vinny, did I tell you his lead's broke? I can do visuals now. I could have shown you his lead. It's completely just gone. So I had to cut it. I had to circumcise his lead to make it into like a shorter one, while I have to get a new one now. Because the spring, because it was 7 meters long, it sounds weird, I had to circumcise it 7 meters long, and whatever it was that pulled the lead back into the thing is just broke a couple of days ago. Or so he can't do what he normally does, because he's not always 7 meters away, but he's usually at least 6 foot away from me once we get off the road. But he can't do that anymore, so it's very weird. It's like we're joined at the hip. Is it conjunctural twins or something? Conjunctory twins. So I don't know, really. I need to get him another one. And then we're in the park just now, literally just now, and a bloke comes up to me, and he's got a dog, so I'm a little bit scared because I thought he's gonna beat me up. And he said, "I'll just let you know, there's a dog up there off the lead. He's just attacked my dog." I was like, "What?" Oh man. And that scares me. That's the biggest thing really that scares me, worries me rather. It's not the only thing that worries me, because I'm a little bit of a worry head at times, which is why I do relaxation sessions, because I've been trying to relax my own brain since I was a teenager, trying to figure out how to do it. And he was really upset, rightly so. He managed to get the dog off of his dog, but his dog was bleeding on the neck, and just, I'd really never want to be in that situation, ever. The closest I ever got was with Andre, and he attacked a dog. So it's kind of his fault, really. He attacked a dog, and within like not even a second, he was inside the dog's mouth. So I manually opened the dog's mouth and retrieved my little ferret, Andre. Now, he was well, everyone involved was very lucky, to be honest, but he was very lucky he didn't get hurt, because this is quite a big dog, and, you know, a second more and he might have been not around. So I get him out, and he's covered in saliva, the dog's saliva. Looks like he's just been born, like a little deer, like a little Bambi, just being born, you know, with all that goo, like a horse or a calf or something. But he didn't look like a horse or a calf or a deer. He looked like a ferret, but I'm saying with all that goo all over him. And I picked him up, and he was so angry. It was like Scrappy-Doo, if you go back to the 80s. Scrappy-Doo, like, let me at him, let me at him. I was like, but it's the noise he made was, that's when he was angry, like really, very furious noise. And, but at the same time, clinging on to me, like, I'm gonna do you, I'm gonna get you. Hold me, Daddy, keep holding me, Daddy. I'm gonna get you. Keep holding me, Daddy, don't let me go, don't let it bite me. I'm gonna beat you up. He was like, he was clinging on to me. There's no way I could have got him off me. So that's when I knew, right then, that he loved me. Vinny's a little bit like that. He had a dog, a big dog, paw him, just playfully put his, not fist in, because he got big, this dog had big hands, and he went like that on top of Vinny's head, playing, literally, just playing. Now, I don't know if they were trying to like fist bump him or something, or whatever. Anyway, Vinny was having none of the fisting, and he said, no, and he ran up to me and was shaking, and I picked him up, and Vinny doesn't like being picked up. For those that don't know who Vinny is, he's my little boy. He's a Jack Russell. There's some videos of him on here under, I think the playlist is just Vinny, I think. And there's a few shorts as well. Also, there's some videos of Andre on YouTube as well, if you want to have a look. So yeah, it's weird how Vinny gets scared. He got beaten up by a cat the other day. I say beaten up, he chased a cat, and the cat turned on him, and it freaked him out so much he hid under a bush or under a tree, and he was shaking. So I had to get him out, pick him up, cuddle him, and now he won't go near any cat. He'll walk inches away from the cat and just keep his head, keep looking ahead and keep walking. When he's on the lead, that is. Off the lead, he wouldn't even go near the cat now. And this is a neighbour's house this happened, and he used to love going around there. Now he doesn't like going there anymore. He tries to pull away from going in there because he's scared of the cat. But then, in reality, there's some cats around here that are bigger than him. He's a tiny little thing. I want to get a setup for the video so he can be near me so you can see him in the video, but because he's not one to really get that involved. But if I manage to get like a chair or something, I don't know, something so he could be in the video, maybe, you know. So I want to say, you know, a big thank you to everyone that you know, sent me some PayPal gifts this week, last few days. It's been very grateful. In fact, I should have done a little video of opening the groceries. Would have been very exciting, but you'd be able to see all the fresh produce I was able to get, put in my fridge. Some Ready Brek and some breakfast cereal and some milk. you know the downside, not of that, but of, I have like some herniated thing, so acid reflux stuff going on. Had that for a few years. I can't eat radishes anymore. And the weird thing about it is, I realise radishes aren't everyone's favourite fruit, but I love radishes. I mean, I don't love them, like, you know, oh, I don't want them for Christmas. I don't want them as a present, you know? I wouldn't want to get to 67 and retire and instead of a watch, get a bag of radishes. That's not what I'm saying. I wouldn't want that. It's not a good gift, but I do quite like eating them as part of like a salad, not on their own. I'm not sitting there watching a movie like, radishes. No, not quite there. I don't have cravings for it. You know, I'm not on Uber Eats. I don't care about McDonald's or Domino's. Where's the radishes at? No. But I do like radishes. But I can't eat them because they're just too acidic. Too, you know. Never been a big curry buff. Ever. I mean, when I was younger, I was pretty much anti anything that wasn't sausage and mash. You know, I liked just basic, very bland food, or like a roast dinner. And I liked KFC when I was younger. You know, when I left school, I never had a KFC until I left school. And there was a time when I used to have these, so I lived in this place with this very hungry lady. So she used to go and get takeaways and she'd drive to the KFC, which was in a different town to where we lived. That's the closest one. So I'd jump in for the ride and I would get she'd get it for me because I'd usually stay in the car. And she'd get a chicken burger. And I'd eat it and it'd be all over my face. It was quite nice. And a Coke and probably fried chips or fries. Yeah. But I haven't had that for years because I don't really like the, what's that gooey stuff that's in it? Not salmonella. Not coleslaw. The egg, mayonnaise. Which is weird because, funny enough, I really cannot stand mayonnaise. I'm wagging my finger, like the one in a bottle anyway. I don't like mayonnaise. I'm not going to say the brand, because I can't remember the brand. But I do like salad cream. But then I think the reason I like salad cream is because I went through a period of eating salads. It might have been, I don't know when it was, but it was a while back. And salads are so bland, really. I mean, they're juicy because of the water content, so it can be nice and, you know, it's a nice salad. That depends if you have meat or cheese or whatever. I don't have really meat or cheese on my salads. It's more hummus. Brilliant. So it's an ice cream van. And I'm not allowed to eat ice cream. Brilliant, great, thank you. So, hummus, or I used to have, because I'm pretty much 95% vegetarian. It's a weird kind of concept, I know, but I am. It's just, that's just the way my life has gone. So not that bothered about meat. I know it's healthy. It's a good thing. It's good for your body and stuff, and for your mind. You know, the protein. Although I do have a protein shake every day, like one of the high protein shakes, like health ones, to try and combat the lack of maybe other protein I'm not getting. I do eat tuna fish every couple of days, maybe every 2-3 days, and I have hummus. I do treat myself to a pizza though. By the way, if anyone's thinking, God, this is boring, look at the title. The title, Let Me Bore You to Sleep. It's supposed to be boring. So don't give me hassle. You know, it's supposed to be boring. I can't, whatever way, I can't lose. Yeah, I can't lose. It's not like I'm saying handsome, sexy guy. I'm not, you know, then you say, well, you're not that handsome or sexy, really. I feel like I've been tricked. I thought you just put a thumbnail of an old man on it just as a joke. I didn't realise it can actually be you. You. Well, yeah, it's me. Oh, make sure I got no gunk on me lips. So, I don't like salad cream. No, I do like salad cream. I don't like mayonnaise, because it's just goo. It's just, it's like, but salad cream, but the weird thing about salad cream, you might not have ever done this, but if you empty a salad cream, right, around a bathtub, leave it for a few days, and it foams up. It's like turns into this whole new thing. It's almost like a caterpillar and a moth. It's magical. It transforms. And I don't know if I'm the first one to discover this, because it becomes something else. And my wonder is, maybe, because think about it, milk that's gone off became cheese. Cheese. It's a weird word, isn't it? Cheese. So milk that, didn't it? Milk that was churned, and they churned it like, oh, I guess someone was just like, that milk's a bit lumpy. Well, the milk's got a few bits in it. Well, just turn it, just, you know, what's it around with it? Do what? Well, get something and just turn it around like a stick or something, and turn around the milk in the bucket, and that'll get out the lumps or get out the bits. And it's got to be a name for that. You can't just say turn a stick. I don't know, what would you say? How about churn? I suppose churn is a bit of a weird name though, isn't it? A bit of a weird word. I don't know. No, it's not being used for anything else. Let me just check. I'll go in there. I'll give Shakespeare a call. Hi, Shaky. Churn being used at all? I know you like to make up words and stuff. He always came back with it. Oh, aren't all words made up? Which was his little joke that he made 500 years ago. And he said, oh, so they are. And I said, and because he was from Bulgaria. And they decided, oh, we're going to use the word churn. Churn. Because that's where, and it like, yeah, just churn. Now what I figure is he forgot to tell, because it was like a trainee that was doing the mixing or the churning. So he left him, and he came back a week later, and he was still going at it. And he's like, oh, what you done? That's wrong. That's just, we're not going to fit that into a milk bottle now, can we? He said, well, milk bottles haven't been invented yet. I said, oh yeah, but forget that. But it's just like, what are we going to do with that? He said, well, I don't know about you, but I think we should stick some on some toast. What? I don't know. I just think we should just see what it tastes like on toast. What should we call it? Well, obviously, churn on toast. Okay, cool. Let's have some churn on toast. So he did it, and like, it's quite weird because it burns on the top, melts. This is really nice. By the way, if anyone here is like a cheese expert, don't tell me. It's not how you make cheese. It's not made that way. Don't direct me to a video of cheese making because I don't really care how it's made. This is just made up. So thank you very much. So maybe, because there was a reason why I mentioned that, maybe the mayonnaise all puffy, spread out, perhaps, and like almost furry, it becomes furry. Maybe that has become something else that we could use. Maybe insulation, wall insulation. Maybe a much cheaper way to do wall insulation. You don't know, do you? It's possible. So anyone out there who thinks, oh, maybe, you know, give it a go, see if it's useful. I only need 99% of the profits, that's all. So yeah, it'd be good. Give it a go, man. Give it a go. I mean, I've had some ideas in the past. I have. See, some ideas I had, and it wasn't being done at the time. I thought, wouldn't it be good if, because, you know, we're talking like in the 90s. I thought it'd be handy if you could get your electric and your gas from one place. So if British Gas decided they could provide the electric and the gas, give the customers a discount, to have both with them, and then they would get both for that lot of money from one household. No one was doing it back then. And I sent a letter. So, just as I was in the middle of a conversation, I had to stop it. Because the Vinster down there started barking. All that drilling, all that banging, all that stuff. People in the garden shouting, all the stuff that went on during this recording. Somebody closes a door in the building. Someone close, all they do is close a door. And he's... Now this is my zapper. It's not actually a zapper. It's a vibrator. It vibrates. I'm not going to make this sound because he doesn't like it. One's very high pitched, and one's vibrate, and it's high pitched, and I can't hear the pitch, but it vibrates. He doesn't like it, and it makes him stop barking. Now, I don't use it all the time because he needs to be able to express himself. So I'm not like every time he barks, I'm pressing it. I don't do that. But when I do press it, he listens. So if it's late at night or too early in the morning, then I will, you know, use it. But he's good. But, you know, he has to have a little bark every now and then. It's natural. It's you know, I don't want to suppress him. But sometimes it's just not a good idea to be doing it, really. Yeah, so I sent a letter. I sent a letter to... where did I send a letter to? This was 1998, I think it was. I sent a letter to British Gas with my idea. Why don't they sell electricity and maybe get together with an electricity company or something, but like they sell electricity and have like everything from one place, so people didn't have to go through two different companies. Now everybody gets their stuff from two different companies, generally. Never got a call back, never got anything from them. Because I had my mobile phone at the time. Or did I have? I don't know, but anyway, generally sent a letter to them. I said, this is a good idea. I remember because I was in the cinema just after I sent the letter, and I think I might have had my mobile phone on me, and I was getting very excited, expecting expecting the phone to ring with someone from British Gas, super excited. Yeah, you could hear from their voice that they were doing somersaults, and like saying, "Oh, that's such a brilliant idea. Come on board as a silent partner for 100 million a year," or, you know, just something little like that. But it didn't happen. Didn't happen. Another idea I had was, and this is probably not really, but I mean, it's a long time ago. My idea was, why can't we just have TV where you can just skip forward or pause? Now, at the time, you couldn't do it. There's no way of doing that. And I thought we'd just be able to pause it. You don't need to go to the toilet, because not every channel's got adverts. Most do, but sometimes the adverts aren't. It's hard to sync your bowel movements with an advert. They don't always sync together so well. It's like, well, I want to, your bum doesn't say, well, I need to go to the toilet. It's like, well, we need to do it in 2 minutes because the adverts will be over in 2 minutes. It doesn't work that way. It's going to take 10 minutes before I even open. That's a visual you didn't need. But it was just, so to be able to pause, now with Sky, yeah, Sky Television, I think you can pause live TV. But yeah, it wasn't around back then. And this was in the 90s, I was thinking about this. What other ideas did I have? So a lot of my ideas have been copied from my brain. Another idea was, what was the other idea? Robotic sex toys. No. What was the other idea? I can't remember offhand. I used to have this little idea book. Well, actually, it wasn't. It was actually like an order, a waitress or waiter's little pad thing where they write down what the order, and then they'd, yeah, that's before they went all computerized. So I used to have one of them, and I had quite a few of them full of ideas. I haven't got many more. I used to have them for years. I kept those little pads for about 10, 15 years or something. 97, 2007, 2017, 14, no, probably 15 years. Yeah, till about 2011. So from 1997 to 2011. What is that? 14 years? It's over 9 years anyway. So what else? Do you want to wish Molly? Molly is the boss of my Facebook group, which is called Jason Newland's Boring Group. Molly's the boss, and she just had some surgery, so I just wishing her full recovery from that. If you're watching this, Mol. Oh, my jaw. I'm falling apart bit by bit, I've been listening on Apple Music. I've got 2 months free on Apple Music, which is good. I've been listening to I've just been putting in a year. So I think I've started in 1980, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, now I'm on 86. And the best of 86. As I'm listening to all these tunes from 1986, and I'm a little bit scared to do 87 because there's a little bit too much Stock Aitken and Waterman music on there, and it's everything turned a bit silly for a little while in the music industry. I mean, there were some good catchy tunes, but it was really like every member of was it Home and Away, every member of Neighbours, any soap star that could hold a tune got a record. And it just, yeah, I just didn't. I mean, Rick Astley, I think he had a great voice. I've gone through this before. He had a really good voice. But I just didn't like a lot of his songs. Although, Hold Me in Your Arms, boo, 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 boo. I like that one. And Never Gonna Give You Up, Never Gonna, that was great as well. And what was the other one? I Love You Forever. Forever and ever we find, forever and ever we do. That was good. And When I Fall in Love, It Will Be Forever. That was good as well. But I don't remember any of his songs. But I don't know. I think it might have been that he just, I don't know. Like Jason Donovan. Too many broken hearts in the world and too many dreams to come coming true. That was good. I remember, I think the first like Sinita as well, Sinita. You gotta be macho, macho. You gotta be big and strong enough to turn me on. That one. Something you should never see a 53-year-old man doing, I guess. I know. I should be sitting down on a sofa, being a granddad or something, and having all the kids doing granddad jokes and making fun of how old I am. But unfortunately, I'm not, and I'm just still a youthful young lad, even though I'm old. So yeah, sorry about that. I don't quite fit into the It's weird, because I used to think someone my age was like, that's really old. It's really old. But you know what's happening? There's a resurgence. Something's happening with YouTube. Is the tide is turning. The tide is changing. This landscape has slightly churned. That's a good word, churned. Things are a little bit different now to what they were. It might be because the really, really, really famous YouTubers are now adults. A lot of them started off when they were kids, and now they're grown up. Sometimes some of them are in their 30s now. You've got families, kids, whatever, you know, so they're in a different mind, different place to where they were before. Like PewDiePie, one of the top YouTubers in the world, he now makes videos of his home life, like living in Japan and stuff like that. So, but I see there's a new rise of YouTubers who are older, but you know, older people, whether it's whatever man, woman, or whatever, but they're old, is an older kind of category. Not replacing the young people, but just as well as. And I think I think it's a good thing, because I don't know if kids are still doing YouTube, because there was a time when I was one of the few adults on here. You know, back when I first started doing YouTube videos, it was 2007. And YouTube was really in its infancy, and I think 10 minutes was the longest you can even do a video for at the time. And then they extended it to half an hour or something. But there's a lot of kids, like young children and teenagers and people doing vlogs, and there wasn't many people. And I was old then, you know, I was what, 36 when I first started doing YouTube. I was still the oldest person in the world at the time. But now it seems to be, there's like not a niche, but there's a place for everybody. It's not just for the, I mean, I'm okay because it's being super sexy and attractive, and you know, that helps me in a sense for videos. You know, the amount of people, I've said that before, like, oh, you're really up yourself there. You really think, like, shut up. Irony. Vinny, you just farted. Stop it. Don't look around like, what was that noise? What was that noise? Where did it come from? It came from your bum. I know it came from your bum. You know it came from your bum. And the only reason you're not leaving the room to leave me with that smell is because I closed the door. Yeah? Let's not just kid ourselves. That's the truth. Yeah, you can look at me all you like that. We know what's happening. Yeah, I'm waiting for the smell to hit me. Ooh. Oh. Smells like my socks. Oh. Oh. I'll go, perhaps he's eating one of my socks again. That's weird when that comes out. Well, it's handy though, because you just can pick it up to put in the bin because it's already kind of filled. So putting it in a bag, that's wrong. Okay, let's move on. So maybe I can fit into that kind of old, crinkly section of YouTube. And yeah, maybe. What I would advise though, because I do my podcasts, and this is part of this is a podcast, kind of. This is the Let Me Bore You to Sleep podcast, which has been around for 6 years. I've made a few videos on here already in the past, done a few live streams, but if things go to plan how I want them to be, how I'm intending, I'm going to continue to make these. I'm also going to be making some hypnosis recordings, videos as well. So there's going to be minimal editing, minimal doing anything on the video. Just, it's a video, me talking, and that's it, really. That is the whole thing. That way I don't have to spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, you know, putting stuff together. I just want to do the recording, make the video, upload it. I won't upload it as it is because there are a few breaks, Vinny barking, and I have to edit that out. And then I have to sync the audio from the microphone into the video so it sounds better. But outside of that, it will be, yeah, just get it done really, and then move on to the next thing. So I've also got to do the editing for the podcast itself, separate. So it's like twice as much work. But it's okay. I mean, the backdrop, I quite like the backdrop because it's my books. But I just noticed is, what is that? I don't know what that is. I'm not going to look. There's always stuff in there. I'm always putting stuff on the books and like, how did that get there? What is it? What actually is it? Anyway, so what I've done, going back to what I was talking about, I've uploaded all the recordings that I'm going to upload. I'm not going to bother uploading the old Let Me Bore You to Sleep videos or the old Let Me Bore You to Sleep. I'm not going to turn the Let Me Bore You to Sleep podcast episodes into videos and then upload them because it's too many. It's literally 1,130 or something. There's a lot. Wait, there's over 1,000 that I'd have to upload. And I imagine I'd have no subscribers at the end of that period. So it's going to take me a few months to do that. By the time that's done, it's just going to annoy people, I think. Even more than normal. So what I decided is, well, if you want to listen to the old ones, you can just go to my podcast on SoundCloud because they're all on there. And if I can, maybe get my YouTube, I'll get my website back online soon, so you'll be able to go and listen to them there as well if you want to. But going forward, as my boss used to say in my insurance job, going forward, let's underline that. Now going forward, it's like, what are you talking about? Underline, going forward, what are you on about? I didn't say that to his face because he was scary. So I don't know. Yeah, because I'm pretty much going to do that then. So I'm just going to make these videos. No more old stuff. And just go forward. Because, you know, I'm thinking this might be a shock to some people when they see me, like, that I've been watching some of the older stuff. Like, yeah, how can you have aged so much in a week? Like, no, that was old stuff. That's why I put old video in brackets. But it, you know, I mean, there are videos from, wow, 2011, 2010, maybe even 2009 on this YouTube channel. Like really old videos on there, and I purposely put them on just so you can watch them if you want. You might not want to, but you can if you want to, because they're there. And it's just, everything's in one place. They're all backed up on a hard drive as well here, so I'm never going to lose the stuff, but it's just nice to have it in one place. And it's just, if you just want to laugh, have a laugh at me, you can. Just like, because what might be funny is like, oh, he must look so much younger back then, and you go back to 2011, like, he was old even then. He looked 90 then, which would be rude, a little bit rude, I think, personally. So yeah, that's kind of everything. I don't, not sure what else there is to say regarding, this is just kind of one of those update. This is still a Let Me Bore You to Sleep, but I mean, all of them are kind of updates, really. So I just talk about my life and what I've been up to. And what I was thinking about is once a week, maybe on a Saturday or a Sunday, doing a weekly summary or weekly sum up of the week, of the week's events. Just, you know, generally. I don't know. I do a Q&A Friday. And the thing is with the Q&A Friday is what I might do actually, they're too long to put onto YouTube. Because, well, they're not all actually, no, wait a minute, they're not. It's just there's different ways of doing it, so yeah. So yeah, that's fine. So I do a Q&A Friday, every Friday, where I ask, you can ask me questions throughout the week, you know, if you want. I usually post if you've got any questions for Q&A Friday, and I usually post it on a Thursday or a Friday morning on my Jason Newlands Boring group on Facebook. It's better to probably put it on there the day before, and then people post questions, and then I answer those questions on the Friday. And I bet some of you are thinking, we know how a Q&A works. We ask questions, you give us answers. It's not complicated, mate. I know, I'm just explaining what I do. Don't have to have a go at me just because I'm bald. Well, kind of bald, baldish. I got a bald patch on the top of my head. It's not fair. I don't deserve that. I don't. I mean, I don't want to have really, 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 really curly hair, which is what I have if it grows. What I used to have. I mean, when I had long hair, I did. I did. Don't. I used to have long hair. I did. And I cut it in 1994, I cut it off in the summer, 1994. So I had long hair I started growing it at the beginning of 91 and I cut it off in 94. So it was long for probably 3 years. Or it was pretty much, by the beginning of 92, it was long enough to be in a ponytail. And then from then on, it was just longer and longer. And I mean, there's no way I could do that now. Well, I could do it, but the problem is that, no, I don't think it would work. The reason I cut it off is because I couldn't get my brush through it. I woke up, because I used to wake up, my hair was like that. Just like sticking out everywhere. Sometimes I'd actually get out of bed. Well, I'd go to get out of bed and I couldn't because my hair was pressing against both sides of the wall and the ceiling and I was stuck. I couldn't actually... That's a weird visual. I was literally stuck. I couldn't move. The body's fine. I just couldn't move my head. I should try and like turn my body over and pull myself out. The two people I lived with, they had to like pull me out by my feet. Basically, I could have been used as a chimney sweep. That's the kind of hair. It was that curly and sticky out. It was, you know, what I did though, because I'd either wash it or get it wet and I'd be able to put it into a ponytail. And it was a Saturday morning, 1994 in the summer, and for some reason I got the ump because I could not get my cut. I couldn't get my brush through it, and I thought, and I had a little tantrum. I'm not sure if I stamped my feet on the ground. I might have done, but the weird thing about it is I had a tantrum. I couldn't get my brush through, and I went to chuck the brush on the floor, and I couldn't find the brush. Well, the brush didn't turn up until I had my hair cut because it was stuck in there. Didn't even know it was there. I lost stuff. I found all kinds of weird things like some hairbands, fridge freezer. It was just weird stuff that I found in my hair that shouldn't have been there. Just really weird. Yeah. The hairdresser loved it though. Well, it was a barber's. It wasn't a hairdo, it was a barber's. And I used to go in there probably every 4 months to have it trimmed, because he said, well, you got to have it trimmed. You know, you got to get rid of the dead ends or whatever, and you got to just still make it nice. Still got to look beautiful for everyone. I said, yeah, but that's just natural anyway. He said, yeah, true. You are the most sexiest. But none of that, why am I saying it didn't happen? So, but every time I went in there, he said, oh, and he'd like be dribbling, please, let me cut it off, let me cut it off. And he'd have these big scissors. They weren't even real scissors, they were just big, massive, like bigger than him. And he must have bought them specifically just, because every time I walked past there, because I walked past on the way to work, he'd hold these big scissors and like be like, whoa. I mean, they weren't real scissors. I think they were made of plastic or something, or even cardboard, because they bended. But he must have ordered them, not online, because there was no such thing as online back then. And he was so excited about cutting my hair. He went to that length to do that. And then when I went on Saturday, that Saturday morning, it was about 1, 2, 3. I think there was 3 seats and there was 4 people waiting. So there was one person standing, and I went in. I said, oh, you're busy. I said, when were you, because whenever he was busy, I just say to him, when should I come back? When is a quiet period? And sometimes he'd even stay open for a little bit longer because I was a regular. So if he closed at, let's say 4, he'd say, well, come back at 4 and we'll just get it done there. And on this occasion, he said, well, yeah, you can come back. We're going to be busy pretty much all day. You come back at the end of the day if you want, I'll fit you in. or you can come back Monday. And I said, all right, okay, cool, thanks. And I'm on my way out, he said, wait a minute. I said, what? And I look around and he's got his big scissors, let's pretend scissors, like, you can let me cut your hair, you can let me cut it off. I said, yes. He said, you're next. And like, he didn't have appointments when there's no appointments, you just turned up and you got seen. He put me first before everyone else. Said, everyone come back later, get out. We're closing the business, I'm happy. I've lived fulfilled my dreams. I get to cut his hair off. Maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration. He was so excited. He was like shaking, like, oh, really? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Like, yeah. Blimey. I didn't have this much fuss when you took my virginity. And he said, oh, it's so, are you sure you want me to do this? I said, yeah, you've done worse. Come on, let's do it anyway. And he cut it off and he was so happy. He said, do you want to take it home with you? I said, no. Why would I want to take hair home with me? That'd be weird. Why would I want to take hair? Why would anyone want to take their hair home? You know? That's just weird. That's like going to a hospital, having an operation and then offering you a bag of blood. Do you want to take your blood back? I've got a bit of skin and a bit of... No, I don't want that. Thanks. I don't want my hair. What am I going to do with it? What am I going to do with a ponytail? I mean, like what? I'm not being rude. I'm saying, what could I do with it? I mean, I don't want someone going through my stuff when I'm old and like finding human hair. That's weird. Not mine anyway. I mean, plus I don't want it to get mixed up with all the other human hair I've got. Joke. So, this is a fairly short recording. I know for some people, like, oh my God, what, an hour? That's not short. 30 seconds is short. An hour? Well, this is what I do. I do long form. They call it, I think, on YouTube, a long form. I kind of always have. You might have noticed, if you've never watched or listened to me before, I probably use too many words. I take too long to say one thing. And if anyone thinks, oh, it's too all over the place and boring, it's supposed to be. Okay, it's because if someone says, oh, it's a win-win situation for me, really. Someone says, oh, your video's just really boring. You're talking about your life and it's so boring. It's like, yeah, thanks. But if someone says, oh, that was really interesting what you said about what your past and, what's going on in your life, that was interesting. Thanks. It's good either way. I mean, I suppose really the main reason why I do these is it's just about relaxing. Let me bore you to sleep. Let me bore you to relax. Let me bore you to just calm your mind, calm you down, focus on something different. Your mind slows down and just hopefully a friendly voice. I would say a friendly face, but I don't know if it's a friendly face. It might be an unfriendly face, but hopefully a friendly voice. And is this a friendly face? I don't know. It's hard to tell. I tested it out in the park today. No one came near me. I don't know why. So that's what I feel like I'm sort of explaining what Let Me Bore You to Sleep podcasts are, or what the recordings and the videos are, but not everybody watching this might know or might have actually heard it before. Not everybody listening to it on the podcast might have heard before. So every now and then it's probably useful to kind of go over what it is I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Oh, why? I've not explained that one. Let me think. Okay, it's not so much why I started as why I continue. That's really more the reason why I do this is because of the reason I continue to do it is because of the feedback I get. And because I don't get much feedback, but when I do, it's so lovely. Like really, really nice. Usually. So that's what keeps me going. That's why I keep doing what I'm doing. So yeah, that's it. Right. It's minimal editing with this. I would just record the whole thing and that's it. But because of him barking and a few other bits, I have to edit out those sounds. If I cough or need to go to the toilet or anything like that, then I have to edit that out. But generally it's not edited in a way that a lot of YouTube videos, I'd say probably most YouTube videos these days, where there's no gaps. Like that would be unheard of. Like you wouldn't get that in hardly any YouTube videos, just this. That was not a long period of time. But what you would have got is you get just this. That wasn't a long period of time. Just this a little bit. And so sometimes the videos, the next word starts before the last word is even finished. It's edited so tightly. And there's AI software that does that for people now. So those that want to edit to within its life, honestly, I edit every single, no second, not even a millisecond without sound can be there. And I'm not one of those. I am the opposite to that. I purposely left a big long gap then. So I will talk much slower than most people probably on YouTube. I sometimes talk quickly if I'm excited about something, which happens once every 5 years. But the whole like really quick, you know, everything being cut all the time, so there's not a single gap, even between the words, never mind the sentences. You know, well, sometimes there's gaps between the words, but yeah, I find it hard to listen to, especially when I actually want to watch the videos because I'm interested in the subject, and I can't follow fast stuff. I can, but I just don't enjoy listening to really like, especially when it's something I'm interested in and it's like educational. So I'd rather listen to a lecture, like an actual university lecture, than some quick fire, blah, bum, 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 bum. Some quick bumming, some quick bum, 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 whatever that is. Bum, you know, bash, bam, 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 like that. That's what I mean. And so I would prefer, just for myself, it's a personal preference. Now, people used to have to edit that so that there was no gaps. Now, thanks, Finn. AI can do it for you automatically. Descript, I think, is one of one of the things that does videos, and it just like takes it out, take out unneeded gaps, and it does it, bing, gone within seconds. So I do wonder if they actually listen to the videos or watch the videos afterwards, because some of them, they literally trip over themselves. I mean literally, I know literally is perhaps overused so far today with me, but it's like the end of the sentence, so that happened, and then, but it's like that happened, and then, and all at the same time, so happened and being said at the same time. And that doesn't, I struggle with that a little bit, to be honest with you. It might be my age, but I don't think it is. It's just me. I've always been, I like things to be probably a little bit slower. I don't mind fast things. I do like action movies sometimes, but I do struggle with fast talking. I love comedy, but sometimes I don't always understand. I can't catch what's being said because it's too quick. Maybe I've just got, I mean, I was classed as slow when I was at school, so maybe it's just lack of intelligence on my part, maybe. I don't mind. I do a little bit. So yeah, it might be just my brain. That's how my brain is. So that's it. What was it? About an hour, just over an hour I've been talking. So I'm going to go, it's Sunday evening, so I'm going to try and get this uploaded, edited and uploaded as quickly as possible. I just want to see how quickly I can get it done. Just yeah, minimal editing, and that's it. So take care, remember to be kind to yourself, be gentle with yourself, because you deserve to be happy. Lots of love. Bye.